usually, and again, I know this is supposed to be like journal entries that she had. Just the way that it was written and the way that it went about it, like it's it sounded at times first person, and then excuse me, it sounded like it was coming from another party, and it was just jumbled up with a whole bunch of stuff. And listening to it, I don't know if Kim would have put in there. Wait, hold on, y'all. Put your kids to bed real quick. I'm gonna give y'all 30 seconds. Put your kids to bed because I'm about to say some stuff. So in the book, in the first like chapter, it says that Diddy left doo-doo. He left doo-doo on the what other word? On the strap. Left doo-doo on the strap. This is all in the first chapter about him leaving doo-doo on the strap. I'm doo-doo. All in the first chapter. All in the first chapter, y'all. I'm not making this up. I'm like, this can't be real. Left doo-doo. Doo-doo. Listen, Diddy looked like he take an enema and clean himself out before. I don't think doo-doo would leave. I don't think Diddy would leave no doo-doo. But this is all in the first. I'm like, Kim didn't write this shit. Kim did not write this. This was literally a white man's homoerotic story about what he interprets that happens with between black people and his story about Diddy. Kim was a lady. Even if Kim hated and she was going to do an expose about Diddy, I personally don't believe that she would have went as far as the book is going. I'm sorry, y'all. It's just not adding up to me. The Diddy doo-doo story. Oh, no. Like that. I'm pretty sure Kim would have left that out. I'm pretty sure. No matter how much she hated Diddy, allegedly, she would have left that out. And now that I know this white man is profiting off of it, so his name is Chris Todd. For those of you who don't know, Chris Todd. Now he's supposed to be investigative journalist, allegedly. So he has wrote books about O.J. Simpson and JFK. That's what he's known for. Talking about JFK and talking about O.J. Simpson and this conspiracies around JFK and all this other stuff. That's what he's known for. So how he get his hands on this alleged drive that Kim had and gave to a friend, and then they gave it to him so he can put it out? Bullshit. I'll call bullshit. And another reason why I call bullshit, and I don't care that I put in the title that it's a white. Listen, YouTube can get me for that. I don't care. But he is a white man. Literally, he used the name Jamal T. Millwood. Jamal. I haven't heard of a black Jamal in a long time. Like, I don't even think black people naming their kids Jamal no more. That's kind of like old school, you know? That name has phased out. But Jamal T, you have the nerve to give a fake middle name. A Jamal T. Millwood. What's a Millwood? I ain't never heard of no black person named Millwood. It was just all suspicious from the beginning, y'all. All suspicious. Like, crazy to me. Crazy. And like I said, 1 minute the book is sound like it's talking in first person, then somewhere along the lines it starts mixing into This is somebody's interpretation of what happened. Y'all, the book was extreme. And then also there were some inaccuracies, but I'll call out one. The J-Lo thing. So Kim and Diddy was at the house or whatever, and J-Lo comes, in the house and was all like, "This nigga just shot up the club." Now that's how I knew a white man. That's how I knew a white man wrote that shit. So this was after the club shooting, and so J Lo comes in and was all like, Kim was all like, "What's going on?" And then she was all like, "You don't know what happened?" And she was like, "This nigga just shot up the club." A white man wrote that shit. I really, oh Lord. Because first off, if you know the story about what happened in 1999. J Lo and Diddy was in the car, and then she had the GUN on, under the seat, I believe, and they had drove off and got pulled over. It wasn't no they got to the house and then. So I'm all like, damn. At least if you gonna lie, at least get your story straight. You know what I mean? At least get your story straight. And it was funny because like even at that time during 1999, it didn't mention anything really about Christian. Or maybe I must have missed that part. Correct me if I'm wrong, Nadi. But I didn't really hear anything about Christian. And I believe Christian was born in 98. Let me see. Christian Combs. Yeah, he was born in 98. Yeah. So yeah, thank you, Jekyll. I appreciate that. And shout out everybody coming in the room. I see Denitria. Thank you for holding it down. Shout out to my moderator, Denitria. But yeah, this whole story about the book and everything like that, like after like listening to it, and I already felt like there were some inaccuracies about like the whole, oh yeah, I was dating Tupac, and then he wanted to date he wanted Tupac or something like that. All that I was all like, what? Huh? Listen, the way Tupac would go at Biggie and Diddy, if Diddy would have propositioned Tupac, Tupac definitely would have said that. He would have definitely said that. Right, Ronnie. I know she must be praying that we forget about all that. But yeah, I'm all like, this book is just some bullshit put together to try to sell and then make a profit. And now that we know that Jamal T. Millwood is a white man, a conspiracy theorist at that. The fact that, listen, I would have gave Chris Todd a little bit more respect if he would have used his actual name. But the fact that he tried to do an alias and shit like that to try to put this book out, read suspicion. It's very suspicious. And on top of that, out of everybody, quote unquote, Kim's friend would have gave you the hard drive to put this out. Because let me tell you, if I got a hard drive of a friend who passed away and they got this mystery book or something like that, I'm going to put it out myself. I'm not going to give it to somebody else to profit off of. If I'm going to make a profit and put it, like, well, first of all, if I want to expose something, I'm just going to put it out. But if it's going to be for profit, I'm going to put it out myself. Yes, Cammy, it's folklore. Well, I don't know. It's some homoerotic story that this white dude is getting off on. Sorry, I didn't mean to throw it in your face, but I told you put your kids to bed. He probably used chat. Yo, that's what he used, y'all. GPT, yeah. And the whole Jamal thing, I'm like. Like I'm telling you, we need to file a lawsuit. Y'all, those of you who bought that book, get your money back. Ronnie, I'm gonna send you your money tomorrow when I get paid. I'm gonna give you your $20 back because that's some bullshit. Bull. Bull. That is crazy. Chris Todd definitely needs to be sued. Sued. For every penny that he's making off of this book, sue him. The fact that he didn't even use his name was clue number one. Like, okay, you can say, oh, he was worried about safety and all this stuff. And then I'm kind of wondering, like, why it took them so long to reveal this? Like, why they wait until after all these people? Because now it's number one on Amazon. It's number one on Amazon. And the book is only like 60 pages too, right? And I'm all like, they only wrote a 60-page book? And again, the story, like usually when people write books, even if they are like journal entries turned into a book, it's usually like it's telling a story. It's telling about their overall life. To me, it didn't seem like they were telling about their overall Kim's overall life. It was literally just shock value. Because in the first chapter, it talked about doo doo. First chapter, doo doo. You can't make this up. You cannot make this up. So Billboard said Kim Porter's tell-all book. Now, why they put tell-all book? No, a fake folklore, mystery, white man erotica story. That's what they should have put. Bestseller. Okay, let me read what it says. An alleged Kim Porter memoir comprised of reported diary entries has landed on Amazon amid Sean Diddy Combs' arrest. Kim's Lost Words: A Journey for Justice from the Other Side was released on a retail site on September 6th, around a week before Combs was indicted on sex trafficking and racketeering charges. According to the Daily Mail, the 60-page book was published by Chris Todd, a Los Angeles producer who alleges that the book contains details Porter saved on a flash drive and gave to friends prior to her sudden death almost 6 years ago. Todd released the unauthorized memoir under the name Jamal T. Millwood, per Daily Mail. He's listed as co-writer along with Porter. Yeah. So this allegedly, and then I forgot who channel it was, y'all. But it was a black girl, though, right? And I'm not, and no hate to the black girls. Shout out to all the black women out there. We love you. But it was a black girl, and she's talking to, and mind you, he was just an avatar. He didn't show his face. He was just an avatar. And he was up there talking, right? And I'm just all like, why is he not showing his face? And I know he's supposed to lead the mystery and stuff like that, but I was like, this don't sound like no black man. And again, because I know I came from the call center, I necessarily don't sound black. I hate to say that, but he definitely didn't sound like you know, he sounded like he put raisins in his potato salad. That's what I'm gonna say. He sounded like he put. Listen, he sounds like the highest spice level that he likes is ketchup. That's what he sounded like. I was like, this is not making any sense to me. This is not making no sense at all to me. Like, this is literally giving me cultural appropriation. Like, it was just something about it just didn't seem right. And so I was listening to a little bit of it, and I'm all like, this just feels wrong. And so I stopped listening to it. So I honestly don't know who the YouTuber is. I'm not trying to be shady. But to me, I'm just all like, yeah, something just felt wrong. So I had stopped listening to it. It says, I was lucky enough to meet someone that purported to have Kim's flash drive. He told the media outlet, I know the celebrity source pretty well. I know how close they were to Kim and Diddy and all the people in hip hop community. This was supposedly for Kim Porter from the grave to come forward and tell her story. Todd added, and mind you, it's supposed to be so dangerous, but they they don't put the man's real name out there. Todd added, "This is a dangerous situation and I didn't want to claim ownership of Kim's words. But now I'm willing to come forward because of the recent arrest of Sean Combs. Now that the federal government has finally acted, I feel safer to come forward." Nah, nah. Don't believe it. I think literally because he's a white man, he wasn't going to be able to sell that book. He's a white man and he wasn't going to be able to sell the book. I believe that. Because let me ask you guys this. Let's talk about it. Let's go there. If you knew that this book was actually written or the flash drive was given to this white man to put out, would you still have believed the context of the book? Yes or no? Yeah. A few people said yes, but mostly no. I was about to get it too. See, all the yeah. I'm like, he literally is making a profit off of all this. None of his other books have gone or been like a bestseller or anything. I did look that up. His books on OJ, none of those have been like bestsellers or anything like that. So he literally got clout off of this woman's name and made up these stories about doo doo on the stick. Disgusting. I'll be sure doing a document. Listen, I'll watch the I'll be sure story, even though his is finicky a little bit. I'll watch his story over this BS that came out. Now again, who is the friend? I hope the FBI, the CIA, I hope they subpoena him to give them the flash drive. How many of y'all want the FBI to subpoena him? Subpoena that mother. Subpoena him. Get that quote unquote flash drive. Because once we find out that this is all a lie, oh, you're gonna be in trouble. Child, they would never do Matthew Perry like right, Couture Bay. They would never. I don't even think that. You know what? Now that you said that, I don't even think the FBI would, because they know he's full of shit. As soon as they read that first part that say doo doo on the stick, and I'm saying it like that for the algorithm because I don't want to get in trouble. But as soon as they read doo doo on the stick, oh, they ain't, trust me. Why do you think Jaguar Wright ain't been called from the FBI to be interviewed? Honestly, this sounds like something that she would write. That's how crazy this whole book sounds. Yeah, listen, right. Exactly. That even gave me pause too. Like, it was like Sean. It was all like, a lot of people called him Puff. Even when he did change it to Diddy, a lot of people still called him Puff. So you telling me that she would just call him Sean? Like, it was no kind of romance to the book. Everything was literally all bad. You know, the book was basically, I'm gonna write a whole bunch of salacious shit in here, and then if y'all believe it, y'all believe it. But this book sounds like a white man's fantasy, literally. Sloan said some guy had to listen. Sloan the one that handed it to him, allegedly. Shit, she probably handed the flash. Because how in the hell did out of all the things? Come on now. Yep, it was Puff, Puffy, Puff Daddy. Yeah, exactly. Sean, come on now. We gonna believe this story? This was just too much. It's on Amazon. That wasn't a red flag. You know what? Is the book only on Amazon? Cammy, come back. Come back. Is the book only on Amazon, you guys? I didn't even put two and two together. Oh, shoot. Hold on. Let's do some research. Yes. Yeah, it's only on Amazon. It's only on Amazon. I wonder what the reviews are. Does it have reviews already? Like, what are the reviews saying? Like, nobody. Oh, they all love. Okay, somebody put a one. They say it's not real, but it was interesting. It was an interesting take. Too many inaccuracies when you really know the players, but it was an excellent try, and I don't mind somebody. Wait, I don't mind somebody trying to hit a lick for $25. Yo, they'll probably need it for their legal fees. Yeah, exactly. Um, Details are redacted. Oh, I didn't even pay attention to that. Yeah, there's some stuff redacted in here too. Why? Save your money. All this information is on the internet. I don't think this really came from Kim. Mmm. Somebody said you gonna need. I ain't mad at the person trying to hit a lick. You gonna need it for your legal fee. Listen, Quincy, Delilah. What's the other girl name? The twins or whatever. Listen, all the kids need to come together and sue. They need to sue Chris Todd for every penny. This book was ridiculous. Now, I know some of y'all were already saying it in the chat and y'all was giving it away already. But remember back in July, her friend Electra had already stated that there was no book. You know, she said, now this is getting she said now this is getting out of hand. There is no book. There never was. Several people continued to speak about and spread blatant lies regarding this mystery manuscript as if it were true. People, it's not. Kim would never do such a thing, and that's the honest to God truth. God knows the truth, and so does she. As for me, I couldn't have another person call my phone or send me a text about this without clearing the air. Any negative feedback or comments on this post will receive no response except God bless you. So there you go. And this is her friend, by the way. I'm sorry, I didn't show the friend. Let me remove me from the background. This is her friend right there, Electra. But yeah, this is it. And here's the thing. I don't believe Sloan Bella. Now I know some people be all like, "Oh yeah, the spirits talk to her." We gonna have to go back to the race thing. We gonna have to say it again. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm black. Most of y'all black. We gonna talk about race again. We gonna talk about it. Now I said this a billion trillion times. When when I passed away, I don't know if the first person that my spirit is going to talk to is the blonde, short hair white lady. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know if my spirit will talk to anybody. But that would probably be last on my list. You know, just to tell you the truth. You know, I might come back in some kind of way, you know, as maybe what they say, like a hummingbird or a Oh, that was Sloan right there. Listen, Sloan said, "Cut off that." Shit, she used her magical fairy dust and turned off my internet. No, somebody called me, y'all. But yeah. But anyway, I just don't know if I'm going to be the one to talk through this lady or whatnot. Now, do I believe in people can have a vibe or a sense of things? Yes, I believe that. But I don't think like this lady knows everything like you guys are saying, like and here's my thing. I haven't gone through all of her videos to know if everything she has said is true. That's my thing. Like, have we went through every video and like know for a fact, okay, she said this is true, this is true, or are we just looking at this one video that happened by chance of where she got some things right? And again, it wasn't like direct things; it was like a roundabout things. Sloan lives in the black. Yeah, shit, that's what I believe at this point. That's what I believe at this point. She hang around the black areas and the black graveyards, and this is how the spirits, come to her. Oh, hold on. Katorbe said she changed her dates 5 times. Okay, there we go. I just don't know. This flash drive that's gonna be to somebody. I don't know. Listen, when if I decide to speak through a spirit and stuff like that, I'm probably gonna go to Ronnie. I'm probably gonna go to Ronnie, and there's a few other people that I would go to. But other than that, I don't believe Kim was all like, "Ooh, you know what? Let me go ahead and do." Listen. I don't even know how all of it works. I'm scared of that stuff, so I don't even know how all that works. But I'm just like, y'all, it's just a lot. And I think because this is kind of like the hype around the whole book and everything like that too, right? We want something to be true. We want something to be true. And we want it to be true so bad that we'll believe these people no matter what. And when they're wrong, we'll try to find excuses to why they're right. Y'all get what I'm saying? Put a 1 if you feel me on that one. Put a 1 if you feel me. We will convince ourselves, and y'all need to convince to hit that like button. I don't see y'all hitting them likes. Convince yourself to hit that like button. But we want this justice for Kim so bad that we will believe anything. Without doing research, we will believe anything that somebody tells us. We have to do better. We have to do better. Just like when, I be talking about politics and stuff like that. I say, don't believe me, look it up. I tell you guys, even when it comes to this stuff, don't believe me, look it up. I tell you guys. But we want to believe it so bad that we'll just believe anything. Because there is no way in hell that this guy should have been able to really get this book off the ground like that. Now, with Diddy going to jail, it did help a little. It did help a little with Diddy going to jail. And the reason why I say that is because with anything about Diddy right now and anything that links him to crimes and of sort is gonna be a hot ticket. It's a sell, it's a win, right? But at the same time, we have to live in reality. We have to live in reality. Yes, we have to stop buying what everybody sells. Exactly. Ding, 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 ding. Exactly. We have to stop buying what everybody is telling us. Do your own research. And like I said, it was just it was a lot of stuff about the book where I was like, and remember I was asking you, I was like, should we get it? I don't know if we should get it or not. Maybe I'll order it on Monday and then we'll discuss it. I'm glad that I found out like it was this Chris Todd guy because now that I know that it's him, oh yeah, this some bullshit right here. Because again, let's say even if he was telling the truth, Who is he? Like, who is he? Like, what is his connection? And here's my thing, too. Wouldn't Kim want her family to know? I don't really effed y'all up in the brain right now. If there was something that Kim wanted people to know, wouldn't she have let her family know? Like, please, if I ever pass away, give this to my family. So instead of Kim saying, I want to let my family know, I want you to write a bestseller and make a whole bunch of money off my story instead of giving this information to my family. You know what I mean? There's just some stuff that people are not connecting and not thinking about. Probably when somebody said chat GBT. It's a lot, yeah. I know if, I had some dying wish, I would definitely want my family to have it before anybody else. And I think for me, I would feel more comfortable if it came through my family rather than just a random stranger, a white man that tried to give an alias Jamal. New York Times, not no damn Amazon. Yeah. And like y'all said, the fact that this book is only on Amazon, that tells us everything we need to know. Are you saying that like a big publishing company wouldn't want to get this book? They wouldn't want, like, even with the lawsuits and stuff like that, if they could verify the information, you don't think like a big publishing company would not take the hit and not fight it in court because they know that this book would go through the motherfucking roof? Come on now. Come on. Yes, that is nasty work. Right, Randy. It is nasty work. You really gonna use the name Jamal? That's like me using the name Ming Jiao Lee. Now, if I wrote y'all, let's just use this as an example. I wrote a bomb ass Asian food book, right? An Asian cookbook, right? And so I was like, oh, well, I probably can't sell this book as Andre Turner II. I need to sell this book as Ming Jiao Lee. And so this cookbook is like selling off the shelves, right? It's selling off the shelves. And then all of a sudden, y'all find out that Ming Jiao Lee is AT2, aka Andre Turner II. You'll be all like, wait, now, Ming Jiao Lee, how do you know all these recipes? Because your real name, Ming Jiao Lee, is AT2. Y'all would just have questions, just like anybody else, using this fake alias. And like I said, the book didn't even really sound like Kim. Kim was a lady. Kim was a lady. It didn't sound like her. And again, just like we caught the fact that it said Sean and not Puff or Puff Daddy or Puffy or something. It's not how they talked back then either. Yes, please share this video. Please, because people need to know. It just wasn't making sense. It was not making sense at all. I was all like, yeah, this is some bullshit. And he's selling people on this. This is like #1 on Amazon right now. Because mind you, anybody can write a book on Amazon. I have a cousin who actually has a book of poems on Amazon. Anybody can write a book. But this right here, I'm like, nah, this ain't the move. This ain't the way to go. And I just felt something about it. Now, would I have felt differently if I knew this was a black man? If I knew that this person kind of dabbled in conspiracy theories, I would still have a problem. Well, here's my thing. I have a few problems with it. One, because instead of giving the information to the family, you gave it to some weirdo stranger. That's one. And then two, if the person dabbles in conspiracy theories around JFK and stuff like that, it's one thing for OJ, but JFK and all that, like, nah, I'm cool. And has no connection to hip hop. Has no connection to hip hop, no connection to Kim, Diddy, nobody involved in the story. This was allegedly given to some friend. Nah. And you didn't do your research when you wrote that bullshit. Just like you said, Kim and Diddy was at home, and then J Lo busting in the doors are like, "This nigga set up the club." No, they got pulled over as they were leaving the club. They were trying to flee the scene. All of this for $1. All of this for $1. And Dookie on the stick in the first chapter. Oh my god, y'all gotta be out y'all mind. This is crazy. Veronica, that's a good question. Why Kimura hasn't came out and said anything about the book? That's a good question. It was only her friend Electra. That's the only one that came out and said anything. Y'all, my AI assistant said this book is fictional. Yeah, right. It let you know it's fictional. Yes, very fictional. Yeah, it's just not. Even if this was just a collection of journal entries, your journal tells a story. This just kind of is all over the place, to tell you the truth. Now making you, yeah, well, research it to know that it's fake, y'all. Like, that's what I'm telling y'all. Now, if you just want a good story to read, go ahead and read the story. But don't read it as far as like, oh, I'm going to read this and give this off as true. You know what I mean? Right. She still didn't explain why she tagged him in that post and didn't say anything in it. And it was just blank. She need to still explain that. You're right, Princess. Journals need a good interpreter. I guess. You think Electra's playing? No, I don't think she would say "don't believe it" if she was. Yeah, cease and desist now. Milagro read some of it on her live earlier. I think she's doing the whole book. See, she wasted her money on that too. Tell her to get her money back. This is not real. And tell her, and also tell her to look up who Chris Todd is. Man, I'm telling y'all. And I apologize for people who already bought the book. I know some of y'all are like, AT2 already bought it. It's on its way. Well, Amazon got a nice return policy. You take it to Kohl's. Have y'all been to Kohl's before? Take it to Kohl's and you can return it there where you ain't got to ship it back or nothing like that. You can just take it to Kohl's and then, you'll be on your way. And usually they give you the refund within a couple of days when you return at Kohl's. You ain't got to wait for it to get back to the center, you know. But yeah. What's up, Candy Shop? Oh, I didn't catch what Ronnie said. I'm sorry. Hey, thank you. Yeah, this book though, I'm like, let my daughter read it, then return. Yeah, let your daughter read it and then return it. I'm just saying, y'all, this ain't making no sense at all. Oh, you do Whole Foods? That's where you return it at? I ordered it. I was going to read it on my channel. This gives me some new stuff to talk about. Laugh out loud. You don't think there is any validity to it? No, I don't think there's any validity to it. No. Just like one of the reviewers said, this was kind of like stuff that was already on the internet. It was kind of, hyped up a little bit more, but this is stuff that we heard already on the internet. Like, this is nothing like really shocking. I mean, it's shocking because how detailed and graphic it is. Just like the Tupac part, I was all like, Tupac ain't dated Kim Porter. Like, that don't even make any sense. And then, like I said, if it was true that Kim and Diddy were having a spout because Tupac really wanted him. I'm just like, yeah, that ain't sitting right with me at all. I was like, yeah, something definitely wrong with this story. Something wrong. This is like all the internet rumors and gossip that you heard put inside the book. Hell, me or you could have did that. We could have put crazy ass Kim stories in a book and then sold it to people. Shit, that's what we should have did. We would have made some money. I'm scared. Y'all know they are alleging Corey Gamble was at Kim's house, saying he was very close to it. No, he was there. There's a picture of Corey Gamble there in the garage with Kimora Lee Simmons. Yeah. Yeah, he was there. I guess Corey grew up in Atlanta. That's how he knew Kim. I don't know. That guy is still weird too. The verdict's still out on him, Kimora Lee, and especially Diddy. He really gonna have a verdict in a minute. Glad I didn't purchase the book. Yeah, it was just too much. Tupac is gangster. Yeah, nah. I'm all like, he wouldn't be able to play Tupac in his face like that. I return the book tomorrow. It is a Diddy verdict. I told you. That's like, this is like Jaguars fantasy. I'm like, yeah, this is too much. Too much. I'm like, trash. All right, y'all. We gonna go ahead and get the heck up out of here. But I just wanted to bring that to y'all attention. Like when I found that out, I was all like, yeah, something is wrong with this. And then also shout out to Couture Bay because I was on Instagram and I guess she went live on Instagram and was talking about it. And she was like, yeah, there's some things about. I was all like, oh yeah, I got to do a video. So Couture Bay inspired this one, but I got to hear with the book from Naughty Love. So make sure you guys check out Naughty Love Movement to go listen to the actual book because yeah, I'm not getting it, y'all. But I love y'all. Be safe out there. I'm getting a headache, so I don't know if I'm gonna go live again. I'm probably done for the rest of the night. But I love y'all. Be safe. Love one another. Hit that like button. Subscribe to the channel. Also, if you want to drop $1 or two, hit the Cash App, PayPal, Venmo, or send a super chat, super sticker. I love y'all, but we out. Deuces, everybody. Where's my outro?